Here we go.
You're tuning in to Will Love Listen. Now listen.
Perfect. Christine and Alex Schiefer, thank you for joining me today.
We're so thrilled to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no, this is fun. Christina, I can't believe it's been a full year since we did that interview with you and Em for.
Right. It feels like either 10 years ago or like yesterday. I can't really decide.
Yeah, I feel like the past year has just flown
It,
off.
yeah, it's crazy. It's like all a blur.
Yeah, so I met you when you were doing that live show.
Yes, that's right.
You're doing another live tour, this time for your joint sibling podcast, Beach Too Sandy, Water Too Wet. So, how does that feel? Back-to-back tours?
It feels exhausting. I don't know if you can tell, but I am very tired, but that's okay. We're having a really, really good time. I think our show is a little more low key than the other tour, so it's a lot more fun to just kind of I don't know.
Yeah, we try to keep it that way.
Be low maintenance about it and just have fun and joke around and a lot of ad-libbing and that kind of stuff. So it's a lot more, I don't know, it's a lot more fun for me, I think.
Yeah, no, I can imagine that because I know and that's why we drink is like a larger production.
So yeah, a lot more production. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
So, but before I get into the tour, I kind of want to take it back. So, and that's why we drink launched February 2017. Beach Too Sandy, Water Too Wet launched December 2018. At the time, what made you want to take on a second podcast, Christine? And Alex, how did it all transpire with you two, deciding to do your own?
Well, we were living together at the time in LA, and we'd always wanted to do a project together, and we had tried screenplays and other things. And then one day we were driving home from my bachelorette party.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep. And then we had gone to a couple things like Chippendales,
Classic.
Zach Bagan's Haunted Museum. And
Right.
so on the way back to LA from in the car, a friend of ours was reading negative reviews of these places, and we kind of looked at each other like, wait a second, is this a thing? And we thought about it a little bit more, and we thought, yeah, this could be a podcast. And surprisingly, we didn't find anyone else doing it already.
Yeah, we
So,
thought surely somebody has done this before, reading one-star reviews online. But yeah, nobody had, and we decided to slap some music underneath it and make it just extra dramatic and silly. And from there, it kind of it took off. Yeah.
I wanted to know how that whole idea kind of came about because you hit the nail on the head with, and that's why we drink. Because at the time when you launched, no one, like now you see a lot of like imitators,
Right.
like merging like true crime with the paranormal. But at the time, there wasn't really anyone doing that.
Right.
So it seems like that's the same case, obviously, with this. There was no concept where people were sort of reviewing one-star
I'm
reviews.
just like really ahead of my time. And so a lot of my ideas are just very advanced.
definitely what it is. Yeah, we are.
I don't know what it is. I think it's just like what we found funny. And so like that has made the show like all the difference because we have so much fun doing it because
Mhm.
it's so funny to us
Yeah.
that it sort of like automatically draws in people who have the same sense of humor.
Yeah, but it helped that at the time we felt like we were in a place where we were ready to like commit to this
Yeah, it's
and
a lot of work.
do something together
Yeah.
because yeah, and we haven't missed a week in all of those years, so somehow. But
That's
yeah,
great. That's hard to
Go
do.
back to the tired thing. Yeah. But it's fun work, like so
yeah.
it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah, of course. So that's so intriguing. And you guys obviously like have been like going strong since. I think it's impressive that you never missed a week, honestly.
I mean, so do I. I don't know how we did it, but
Me neither.
I think we just kind of, yeah, both commit to the bit.
Yeah. We felt like we kind of have to. It's like that's how we operate. We're like, oh yeah, we owe these people this.
I feel like
It's our
consistency also is like how I've learned podcasts
yeah.
can stay, gaining numbers or like keeping people interested.
And it helps that there's like never ending content for our specific.
Right, true. There's always
Very
more.
true.
That's right.
Yeah.
Always more online reviews, opinions that people give. Yeah.
I feel like also people are affected by the state of the world. So like
Uh-huh.
if everyone's going through a lot, there's going to be a lot more one-star reviews, which is going to make for
Oh, yeah, no, you're
Yeah.
not kidding because you really nailed it because one thing that was such a weird like time was when we were doing the podcast and 2 years in, obviously COVID
yeah.
happened and we started like seeing these weird patterns and reviews and there was a whole um section of the internet that was like I mean, there were a lot of weird sections of the internet, but this one particular one was talking about Yankee Candles and how
Mhm.
Yankee Candles started getting really bad reviews all of a sudden from their like loyal customers. But it's because people were losing their sense of smell with COVID and thinking like, oh, these candles don't have any fragrance anymore. And so this was this big drama
Yeah.
within just the candle community. But it's so silly, like how you kind of over like, as like you said, the state of the world changes, people like kind of, I don't know, find other things to complain about, I
Yeah.
guess.
So if I see a review that's from 4 years ago, there's a little asterisk like the times that they were living in, and
Yeah.
it's sometimes it's like sad, obviously. Sometimes it's not the most entertaining, but sometimes it's like definitely a product of its time already. Like it feels like a phase of time that
Yeah.
we hopefully won't see again in reviews. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's like it is weird to
Never a
see.
dull moment. Never a dull
That's yeah,
moment.
yeah.
Well, I'm sure over the past 5 years, obviously. That's why I brought it up because I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
I can imagine that
It's the
because
roller
the past five
coaster.
years have been such a roller coaster and people
Uh-huh.
are influenced by their surroundings. The one-star reviews increased, and so did the comedic content for it.
That's right. Yeah. So we didn't even do it on purpose, but you're right. We like hit kind of a never ending. Because even if like Yelp or something, disappears, God forbid,
Yeah.
there are always other sites like we found over the years, we found a review or a forum of cruiser, like cool cruisers, and they're these older people that go on a lot of cruises and they have their own lingo. And so we've kind of got a peek into that. And then there's a review or a site called Common Sense Media where kids are allowed to review things.
Oh
Um,
God.
yeah, that one, I mean, honestly, that one I try to avoid for most of the like
Yeah.
maybe once or twice a year I'll venture into that. But
I could imagine it's either full of five-star reviews, so you don't get really one-star review content, or you
yep.
have a whole bunch of angry kids
Yeah,
that,
well, you know what? It's a lot of both of those
Yeah.
and a lot of kids trying to convince parents that this is not as R-rated as they think it is. Like, oh, it's just a few bad things. Don't like I think all kids should be able to watch this from 4 years old on,
Yeah,
like John Wick or
they try to
something.
show off a little too. They're like,
Yeah.
well, I've used that word before, but I think this movie should used it a little too many
The F
times.
word. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot of it's
well,
interesting. I feel like we can always find
Yeah.
something.
And then you also have like, I mean, Facebook has reviews that are always unhinged. Then there's like
Facebook,
app
everyone's so fucking
reviews.
miserable on there. That's why I got
Oh
rid of it.
yeah,
Yeah,
those are extra crazy.
sometimes the best place to go because we know there's going to be unhinged things and people can comment underneath the
That's
reviews.
part of it.
So sometimes we get a good back and forth because those are always fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Facebook though, you have to find good content there because everyone is miserable on Facebook.
It's like
I
they're trapped almost. I'm like, "Well, get out of there. Like you're miserable there."
I tried deleting my Facebook, but then I realized I couldn't because Meta owns both Instagram and
I
Facebook.
know.
You
It's like
can't.
we are
Oh,
trapped. Oh my God, you're right.
you can't have an Instagram without having a Facebook. So I had a Facebook and it had like a shit ton of like friends on there, but like I didn't really communicate with anyone. And I felt like I don't want these people having like a view into my inside.
Yeah. And you're like, these people met 10, 15
Yeah.
years ago. I don't know who they are.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm very active on Instagram and I do have a lot of followers on Instagram, but Facebook, I was just like, I tried deleting it, then it's like, oh, you need it. So
Oh my God.
I,
It's so
I
scary.
my workaround was I created a dummy page
Oh,
and
smart.
I just added like a few people I knew so it wouldn't get picked up as spam. Then I deleted the main one and it felt like such a cleanse.
No, I think that's going to be a really cathartic
Yeah.
experience. Yeah, when I figure out how to do that someday.
It's worth it. It's worth
Yeah, it sounds like a really beautiful experience. But then again, then it's like, wait, but to view these reviews, I need a
Well,
Facebook.
that's
So it's
true
like,
too.
oh
Yeah.
God, I gotta find like make a dummy page.
Yeah,
Even Amazon
exactly.
now. Amazon, they force you to have an account to look at reviews. That's a new thing. That just
Oh,
happened
is it?
last year.
Oh, I wonder what that is. Maybe people were leaving too many like fake reviews.
Hmm. Could
Could
be.
very well be with AI.
Bot,
A
like
lot of
paying
people
bot.
are,
Like I could
yeah.
picture like owners of companies that have like money paying for bots to give
Oh
their
yes.
products
Oh,
good reviews.
It happens a
that
lot.
definitely.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
yeah,
Even
it's
on Yelp and stuff, restaurants will hire people and Yelp will like put them in like a not recommended page, so they're kind of hidden, but you read them and you're like, these are obviously fake
Like
reviews
the nicest review ever, and it's the only 5-star review of like a
What
property
they ever
management
wrote.
company or something
of like
like that
someone's
no
landlord.
one
Yeah,
likes.
you're
And
like,
it's like,
that's bullshit.
okay, this one person's obsessed with their landlord for some reason. Okay,
Doubtful,
sure.
doubtful. So we found a lot of mysteries also.
That's true.
A lot of seedy underbellies, a lot of mysteries, a
Yeah.
lot of drama.
Yeah, we found out about some like psychic drama in
Oh,
was that
Oh,
Albuquerque or something? We
Albuquerque.
found some weird stuff. It's been quite the journey.
Yeah.
what's the psychic dramas? Because I have interviewed four psychics, and two were legit, one being Tyler Henry, which we all know, and then
Oh, please, my
the,
favorite.
the other one being April Bassett. She was the
Yeah.
one that I took when I
I
met.
remember April, of course.
She's so accurate. Then I interviewed, I'm not going to say their names, but then I had
Can you
interviewed,
text them to me later in invisible ink?
oh, absolutely.
You can
These,
Facebook message them to me
Oh,
so no one ever sees it.
and I interviewed these two others, the guys,
Uh-huh.
separately. Eh.
I love this. Okay, so there
One of
was
them, there's a video. There's one of them was on video, and you could
okay.
find it online. And he's trying to read me, and this was my face the whole time, thinking. And it was the like your grandmother's ain't your is. Did you have a grandmother that you lost named Angel? Like the most like stereotypical, and it was
Yeah,
so
that's
vague,
rough.
so vague. Like I know you're legit. Like April will say legitimate shit, and like one picked up on like what type of potential workplace affair. And I was like, there's no way no one would know this. Like, you're the real fucking deal.
Yeah.
When people are saying like vague things that are very
Is there anyone with an R in your family?
yeah,
Could be
yeah.
a pet, and it's like, well, I guess somebody. Yeah. I don't remember the drama in Albuquerque, but there were some people going, it's such a small town, well, not such a small town, but it's a smaller town, and so people were kind of going to different ones and leaving reviews, and then the psychics themselves were getting upset
Yeah.
and uh
Because we love these sometimes an owner will respond, and so we'll do like sad music over the 1-star review and then positive like uplifting music when the owner responds. But sometimes it's like these psychics, it's just them like battling
like
and
hexing
like
each other, and you're like, stop hexing each other on Yelp, like that nothing good can come of this for either of you. It's just like crazy times, but it's really fun though. And speaking of which, we are so on tour, we go and read reviews of each town we're visiting.
Oh, I
So
love that.
yeah, so if you specifically like in the area, have any recommendations of like
yes.
maybe things that people don't necessarily, because we've done shows in New York before, and we've done the cliche, like, I've read reviews of like the Brooklyn Bridge and like
The M&M store.
the M&M store in Times Square, like, silly stuff. But yeah, we're always looking for kind of more under the radar type places to do some poking around. So
Definitely.
if you
Or
have
psychics
or
specifically.
psychics,
Can't
those
go
are
wrong with
always
the
fun.
psychic one.
Yeah, I mean in New York, psychics in New York,
Oh
that's
yeah.
got to be like that could be its own series,
It
probably.
should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really can't go wrong with the psychic one.
Yeah.
Actually, one time I was at a bar. I was at like a gay bar, and it's like 2 in the morning, and I don't know if this chick was like an amateur psychic, but all of a sudden she comes up to me and she's trying to read me, and me and all my friends are drunk, and I thought it was hysterical.
What was she doing? Like practicing?
I have no clue. Like I could still remember. It was just like she grabbed my arm and she
Oh
was like,
God.
"Oh, you've been hurt before."
Oh
Oh,
dear.
I see. But it was the way she was, the theatrics of it
It's
all.
theatrical. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it was very funny. Yeah.
Oh my God. I want to start doing that. You've been hurt before. Like, yeah, no shit.
It sounds like a pickup line in a
I
way.
was saying, sounds like she's hitting on you. Yeah.
But you could use pickup lines if you're a fake psychic, if you think about it. A lot of them
Even
are
right.
applicable.
And you could be like,
Oh.
that's so awkward. Actually, I was just trying to psychically read you, not like hit on you. If you get rejected, you can be like, oh, I wasn't hitting on you. I was just like talking to your grandmother or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy.
Gyms are a good one. At least in my area, I've
Oh my God,
noticed.
I thought you were saying Jim like the name, and I was like, Jim. Do I know? Is my grandmother named Jim? Okay, sorry. We're back to
Um,
the locations.
yeah, I feel like
Jim's
we've done gyms for something, but yeah, I feel like the Equinox
like the
styles could be
luxury
luxury
gym.
ones, but then
Yes,
also
the luxury gyms are perfect because there's people that like feel like they're overpaying and they're not getting their money's
Right.
worth. And
Oh,
they
I'm sure.
yeah.
and then they're like, with like Planet Fitness, it's always like, oh, they won't let me cancel, and you have to go through like hundreds of reviews complaining about the most boring things.
Yeah, it's like sometimes I find re good reviews of like places like well what I've said too is that each town I've found like patterns where I'm sure we both have, but where like IKEAs of each town like kind of give a different vibe of what kind of
Mm.
people are in that town. I don't know what it is. Costco too.
Oh yeah.
Like either
Oh, yeah, you're
people will
right.
be like really mad that people who there don't speak English, and then you're like, oh, I see what kind of town I'm in. Or they'll be mad, that uh anyway, it doesn't matter. But as we go through those, you can kind of pick up on a lot of patterns. But then when you go to the kind of cliche ones, like what was the example you just gave?
I don't remember.
It's like a
Oh,
lot of
Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness stuff, like the chain restaurant or McDonald's or whatever. It just tends to be a lot of the same like mishaps.
Yeah. That's why like Equinox in New York is like that's specific.
That's
Like
got to
the
have
people
enough.
there, that there are going to be
They
some
do.
interesting people there.
Yeah, if they're leaving a review about it,
And
yeah.
it's like same with like Olive Garden. Yeah, Olive Garden generally no, but Olive Garden in Times Square, it's like who's reviewing the Olive Garden in
It's
Times
like a
Square?
circus in there.
People
Yeah.
pay for that Olive Garden during New Year's. They will drop because the thing is Olive Garden, obviously the food sucks, but the view is for the one in Times Square is spectacular because you could see it all go down on New Year's. So people will pay I think the last price I read was like 300, $400 just to go to the Olive Garden on New Year's because of the view. You're not
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous because then you find reviews that are like 1 star and they're like, I paid $500 to be at this Olive Garden. And you're like, do you realize like you're in the wrong?
Yeah,
Like
you're telling on
you
yourself
sound,
here.
yeah, you sound like the dummy here, not Olive Garden. I don't know why you'd pay $500 to sit in an Olive Garden, but anyway. Yeah, there are all sorts of fun little hacks we have to try and find good reviews for each town.
I think for City Winery, you got to look up the Equinox gyms. You got
Okay,
to
great.
look at the tarot readers.
Fun.
And I would say reviews on landmarks.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Landmarks are always, I feel
So
you.
like it's holiday time. So think
Right.
like whole Radio City area where you have like the tree,
Oh, the
you have
Ice
tree.
you
rink.
have the ice skating rink.
Oh, by the way, I've learned that physical comedy has become one of my favorite genre. It's not usually my favorite genre in real life, but when it comes to reviews, there's something about places like
Yeah.
a gym, like a fancy gym or an ice skating rink where like or like a Segway tour where like reading the reviews is just inherently funny because people are like driving into traffic or falling off, treadmills. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
also I think that's a really good one. Ice skating rink,
Ice
yes,
skating rink.
I'm
Those are
I'm on
always
board
fun.
for that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do like looking at local roller rinks because so many people have these like nostalgic memories from going there and or also are like, oh yeah, that place is so dingy or so trashy or whatever it is.
It's
It's
perfect.
perfect. Yeah, that's what they want to hear about. Yeah.
There's also the Plaza Hotel from
Oh,
Home Alone
right.
fame.
Eloise
I was
lived
just
there.
reading the other day, and Lord knows how much this costs. They offer a Home Alone experience
That's
where
cool.
it,
What?
yes, it's a package where like you could get driven around in a limo like Macaulay Culkin in the movie. You get your own lovely cheese pizza, and
Does
they
Donald Trump like make a
Oh no.
cameo appearance?
can you hey, these days you never know.
Listen, I know that would be wild. You never know.
And they bring you that whole ice cream display to your room and give you like a 16 scoop ice cream sundae. I was reading about it and I want to do it, but then I'm like, I wonder how much it
Oh
costs.
my gosh. Well,
Probably more than the Olive Garden.
probably more than the Olive Garden. Yeah. That's
The review has to be
crazy.
good for that.
Yes, that's a
Yes.
good one.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, because I love stuff like that. Yeah, it's sometimes some towns though it'll be like we'll say, oh, Target at blah blah plaza, and people freak out. They're like, oh, that's my Target, and they get all excited.
Yeah.
But then other times, we'll say like some very specific restaurant to the
We're
location. They're
like, this
like,
is your top
and they're
steakhouse.
like, what the hell is that? They're
Yeah.
like, we
There's
don't know what this is.
hit or miss of like what people know in their own town versus what, like, I think in Equinox, everyone in New York will be generally familiar with what
Yeah,
that is.
yeah,
But yeah, sometimes you read places that you're like, this was the top. I mean, I guess with New York, it's different
yeah.
because a lot of places are probably the top
That's why we
pizza, the
do
top.
try to read
Yeah.
reviews that would be funny no matter what it's of, or like they don't need to know the place
Yeah,
for it to be
yeah,
funny.
yeah. It's not necessarily locals
Yeah, and we
only.
do get a lot of people who like travel from different parts of states or from other states.
Oh yeah.
So we do try to keep it like not too local. Like we'll keep the reviews to local places, but try to make them more accessible and funny to everyone.
True, because also a lot of people will bring friends or like they
Mhm.
sometimes people will just see like the concept of the show and say, "Oh, I'll go see it." And we'll come in kind of last minute. And so we definitely have recognized there are people in the audience who are not just podcast listeners. So we wanted to make sure that it's, funny for everyone
And like a
and
standalone
a
thing.
standalone
Doesn't,
show.
yeah.
Right, right, right. Like you don't need to know about all the psychic drama in
Yeah.
Albuquerque and all
Yeah.
that to enjoy the show. Um, but yeah, so I think those are great. Also, I just looked up the price. Do you guys have a guess for how much that is, that Home Alone thing?
Um, well,
How much would you be willing to pay? No, I'm
Ooh.
kidding.
I bet you anything it's something absurd, like a nine, like just for the experience, or does that include the
So
stay?
it's for one night, including stay,
Oh,
A night including stay with the experience?
with the experience.
A grand.
I'm thinking like 2 grand.
25 to 2,500 to
Get the
3,000.
hell
But
out.
2 grand was a lot.
Yeah, it says the website lists one night of the experience and one night stay for about 2,500 to 3,000. That's
That is
crazy.
crazy. That's
Oh
crazy.
my God.
Oh my God. You look like we're that psychic that was totally wrong.
I think you just
Yeah.
found the user.
Although that during that my face was stone cold because
Oh,
I'm like, how long should I sit here and how the fuck am I gonna end this?
I was gonna say, how do you even get out of something like that? Like you just say, yes, I do have a grandmother. Like I don't know. It's
It's
just
like
like
being interrogated. You're just gonna willing to say anything
it's like
to get it to
coercion.
end.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was the most vague thing. I mean, at least I didn't have to pay for it. So it was
Fair enough. Fair
yeah.
enough. Oh my God. I would love to do that. Just like, I don't know, interview a psychic.
Yeah,
I guess I could.
you could.
Yeah.
Well, it's good when they're right. It's good
Yeah,
when
I mean that sounds way more fun.
they're not like gimmicky and they're not just faking it.
Yeah.
Readings for me cost 222 for this amount of time, 333 for this amount of time. Like the new doing the stereotypical
Uh-huh.
numbers.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Uh, you
Yes.
probably get a lot of people from Jersey coming to your show, so maybe you could do some Jersey stuff too.
I
Oh
feel
yes.
he's very good at finding the kind of what's the word? Like he's good at antagonizing the audience
Yeah.
in a way where he's like, oh, he'll find like rival schools in a town, like colleges or something,
Oh,
or he'll
that's
find
good.
and find these things and he'll like read reviews of like how shitty the other one, so people
Yeah.
get all excited. He'll say their town or their school or their place in New Jersey,
And
whatever.
we
No.
just did a few dates in Texas, and
Yeah.
every city was my favorite until I went to the next one. Then that was my new favorite, and
And
I
they
just
loved
shit on
it.
the other one. I'd be like, "Oh, Houston sucks. How about those guys?" And I'd be like, "Oh, Austin, they're terrible over there."
So the New Jersey, New York thing,
Yeah, I will
he's
play off that as much as I
kind of
can.
leaning into
Good,
that.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love playing that. When I was in Philly, we did a show in Philly, and the crowd was not happy with me. I mean, like in a fun way, but I did tell them they could fight me.
Well,
And
he lives in New York too, so I feel
well, yeah,
yeah. So
Oh,
I feel
we're in New York.
I'm in Astoria.
Oh, okay, Greek City.
Yeah. Yeah, I do love it. Yeah, and so
he
yeah,
was going in there with Artie
I know that,
Target.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like to get people a little riled up.
And meanwhile, I'm over at the IKEA reading reviews of like Swedish meatballs, and I didn't realize we were coming with such
Hostility.
hostility, but that's what makes us siblings. We just kind of roll with it and
I
have our
think
own.
the closest IKEA to Manhattan is there's one in Brooklyn
Oh,
and
okay, that feels
there's
right.
one in Jersey in Paramus. I think those are the two closest
I'm
IKEAs.
gonna look that up.
There's a ferry to the Brooklyn one. You can take the ferry to that one, like a
Yeah.
specific
Can you imagine getting on
IKEA.
the ferry with like your Swedish named furniture box
I
that,
mean, it's gonna be you and a bunch of other people, so I guess you're
wow,
all, yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
She's never visited me in New
no,
York. She
I've
doesn't
never
know what
been
it's
there.
I
like over there.
No, I'm new.
to take her on like an experience tour.
Hey, we could. I hear the Plaza has a Home Alone
Oh,
experience
yeah,
for
you're buying.
$3,000.
That's
Yeah.
Maybe if you record a podcast there, you could see if they could do a review on it
oh
and
my
they could
gosh.
comp.
I mean, I feel
We
like
need a few more listeners, I think, before they care
I
enough.
think they'd probably give that to someone a little more interesting or well
Maybe
known.
next year that will be there, maybe
Yeah,
next year.
maybe after this interview goes huge,
Yeah.
then we can all do. We can all go. You can write a piece on it.
Yes.
We'll just all eat
Yeah,
that.
right.
Yeah,
Good
it'll be
plan.
great. We'll split it three ways.
Not a bad idea. Yeah. Maybe
Yeah, I'm
Be a
down.
fun slumber party.
that would be fun.
Yes, I'm not enjoying the Donald Trump cameo, but he can be out.
Yeah.
I'm sure that costs extra, actually. Probably a lot extra.
It
Yeah.
probably does. Yeah. We're probably paying for it now.
Oh, it's part of our
Oh,
taxes. That's so true. Oh my God, that's the tariffs. That's what that's all about.
Yes.
I get it now, finally. Oh
Now,
Lord.
how does doing a podcast with a friend like M differ from doing it with a sibling? And also from your perspective, Alex, were you intimidated doing a podcast with Christine?
Your older and much wiser
Mm,
sister, and much all the other
that's
words.
good. You gonna go first?
Oh, I'll go first. Okay. I am the oldest. No, so doing a podcast with Em as a friend is obviously very fun in its own way, and we were getting to know each other, which was kind of interesting. We went to grad school together, but we didn't really know each other before the podcast too well, so we were almost like learning about each other as we did the show, which was interesting. And then with him, it was a totally different vibe because we would be bringing stuff from the past up now and almost connecting with the audience, like about things that happened when we were kids or like weird stories or, sibling dynamics. And so it's kind of, I mean, it's completely different, but there is also something about being with a sibling as your business partner because you're kind of stuck together forever. I mean, not necessarily, right? But like it's a lot easier to kind of move past any sort of like, and we know each other so well. There's like a transparency there and an authenticity that I think is sometimes missing in other contexts, like business wise. So for us, it really, and we're always trying to be, good, like part, like evenly split
Hmm.
things and be good partners. So I feel like it's fun.
It is, yeah. No, I agree, and I feel like we've gotten a lot closer since we
Yeah.
started. Because like even though with M it was like they didn't know each other that well, for us we knew each other maybe too well at times, and we'd have fights, and we'd have like it. We would have a big blowout fight, and then record an episode
We were living
as if we're
together.
totally normal,
Oh
and
my
then not
God.
talk to each other and be like, okay, and leave. And it's been years since that happened.
Thank
That
God.
was a different time for both of us. But
Probably because
yeah,
the world
like
like
we still somehow made it happen. Yeah.
Crazy.
But I will say though, I was definitely like intimidated at the
I
start.
was intimidated
Um,
doing another podcast. I was like, I don't know.
I like for me it was also at the time I didn't like hearing my own voice. I thought like ooh, like everyone kind of gets that feeling at some point, I feel like, where they hear
Hmm.
their own voice and freak out. That was definitely me at the beginning. I knew how successful they had been with their show, and it was this weird mix of like hopeful that like, oh, that's possible, but at the same time, I had a job. I wasn't trying to like bank on this or anything. And so there was like not much pressure thanks to that. It felt like, we could have some fun with it.
Yeah.
So even though it was a little intimidating, thankfully the stakes were pretty low. We were just excited to do something together. And so it
And
ended up
it
just being
stakes were
fun. And
low.
yeah,
Yeah. And
that
we,
helped a
the
lot.
early episodes were only like 10 minutes. So we felt like we were just kind of doing like a little teaser joke bit thing.
yeah.
And like, we committed to it and we worked hard on it, but it was like we never pitched it as like, the next big thing. We just
Mhm.
kind of wanted to see if anyone was interested in listening. And so
Yeah,
we're very, very happy that people did.
yeah.
I will say that is professional to live together, have a huge fight, but then record as normal, and then you just go back to not talking.
It was like our part, and we live with our partners, and they were both just like, "What the hell is wrong with these people?" Like we would like be like screaming, crying, like just emotional trauma resurfacing, and then we'd be like, "So we're here to talk about car washes in Minneapolis. I'm gonna go first." I mean, it's just like so. It was like
I
delusional.
remember maybe the worst one. It was an episode that for some reason so many people were saying how great it
Their
was, how it
favorite.
was their favorite episode yet. And I wish I remembered which one it was, but I remember being so mad at
We
that
were
because I was like, I hated that episode. Why do they love that
we were
episode?
faking it the whole
Yeah,
time.
didn't
Yeah.
they realize that we wanted to kill each other? But then it was a relief because we were like, oh, these people don't
They
know any
apparently
better.
they don't
They
realize.
don't know that we
Or
hate each
maybe
other.
they like that. Maybe it's like, oh, it's more fun when you guys seem pissed at each
The
other,
sibling
you know?
dynamic,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
So
crazy how that works. That is it. But that just shows like you were able to turn it on and turn it off. Probably
that's
That's
true.
better
true.
when you're
A
not
little
getting
scary,
along.
but it is consoling in a way. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is impressive, I will say.
Do you have any siblings?
I do. Yeah, I have a younger brother. I feel like we got along extremely well until he was at in probably his mid-teens,
Hmm.
and then ever since then our relationship has
Oh
been
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that's normal too. And like we're again like kind of stuck together now, especially with an LLC to our name.
Yes.
But yeah, we're
I guess distance might help. I don't know.
yeah, true.
Still
Now
have, I'm still, we don't live
I
close to
never
each
visit
other.
you in
She
New
doesn't
York,
visit.
and yeah, it's perfect. Um, but yeah, and I think another like kind of fun thing is when other siblings will reach out, or just somebody will say, "Hey, you remind me of like my brother, or my sister, or whatever." And sometimes it's, oh, we're really close, or sometimes it's like we've bonded through the show. Sometimes it's like,
Oh,
we're estranged, but like it comforts me to hear you. So there's just like a lot of interesting kind of angles people have written in about it that have made it kind of more fulfilling in
Yeah,
a way
love
too.
hearing that
Yeah.
always. Yeah.
that was actually going to be one of my questions. Like, were you guys always close? Because I feel like
I
that
mean,
plays a role in being comfortable doing a show with a sibling.
right. No, it we
I will say we were close more than we weren't close
yeah.
overall. Like we definitely had a rough spot in high when we were both in high school.
We would fight like cats and dogs
Yeah,
for most of our childhood.
we
Like
did not
really.
like each other a lot. There was like a lot of like our household also was like a
We
really
grew up in a very chaotic
chaotic,
environment.
That was me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
divorced, yelling
Plural.
households.
Yeah,
So it
yeah,
was like a lot of
exactly.
going on, and so we
I think a lot of people can relate to that as well. Yeah. So
and thankfully, like we managed to get to a point where we were like, oh, we were both going through some stuff,
yeah,
huh?
we
Like
can relate on this.
we're like a team
We're
here. We're
not
not,
fighting
yeah,
against each other.
we were
Yeah.
actually could work together. And so there were, yeah,
I
some
think
rough points,
it
but
was like
nothing to the
after
point of
college that
like,
we really like
yeah,
reconnected in a
even
way.
like in college a bit. Like
Yeah.
we went to the school in the same city for a bit in DC. And yeah, and we would spend a little more time together, and it was nice. It was nice, and eventually we moved in together in LA and still had some fights, but we were
I mean,
definitely overall.
nowadays we like call each other after therapy to like let the other person know like what we talked about. Like that we so it's definitely evolved into being very close, but it was not always that way, and it also was very, very turbulent and chaotic for
Mhm.
many years. I think probably you're the one I've fought the most with in this life.
Yeah, I'd say
But
so.
not for years now,
It's been a
thankfully.
while. That's
So I
yeah.
think we've
We
grown a
got a
lot.
lot out of it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of
Yeah.
it the way I mean.
Yeah.
And
And so, yeah, anyway, I just say that too because I don't want people to be like, oh, that's how I would, I wish XYZ. It's like, yeah, it's not perfect, but
yeah.
we have a lot of fun with it and it's special. It's kind of cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I mean, you guys like duked it out when you were living together, but now you probably are closer not living together.
I think that
Yeah.
helps. I mean, in its own way.
Yeah,
Like, I think it
definitely.
does.
Yeah. Also, like we were in some weird spots at the time, like with our careers, with our lot like personal lives, our like and so
The world at large,
we
like,
yeah,
I think all
we
of
got
us.
through a lot together, whether we were fighting or not. And so now we kind of have a good like
And then when those episodes
understanding of ourselves and our relationship.
And when those episodes would come out and we'd be hating each other and people say we love those episodes, we'd go, well, at least we know even if we end up hating each other, people are still going to listen. So,
Yeah.
hey, we have that
It
built-in
was weirdly
safety.
encouraging, yeah.
Yeah.
What are some of your most memorable one-star reviews?
Oh man.
Okay,
It has to be like,
just popped into my head. Alexander and I had a challenge, or maybe it was my challenge. Every week we do a theme and a challenge on the podcast. So it'll be like national parks or car washes or craft stores, and then there will be a challenge. And one time the challenge was find reviews that are meant to be sung to the tune of a song. And that one was just absurd because it was like I mean there were so many different ones. And I ended up like singing all these, and then he just like cut all the music underneath. So it was just me tone deaf, like a cappella singing these insane reviews like about calamari and stuff. And I think that one was like the most cringy episode for me, but then it became like a really fun one to like watch people make like little animations or videos or whatever. It ended up being like one of the funniest ones, but man, that was really embarrassing.
Yeah, I have to say the one that popped in my head was one that she read originally at a show and then on our podcast as well in Kansas City, and it was a review of Yellow Cab, and it was multiple reviews. It was a whole saga, the same reviewer updating multiple times, and they had a driver who was drinking while driving, was I can't there's so many things this person did.
Was
It's
like
wild.
talking about how his ex-boyfriend put Nair in his shampoo bottle and like all his hair fell off and then he didn't notice it until he used the entire bottle and then the driver was drinking like a bottle of Crown like in the front seat and was crying and
And then
then
this reviewer though kept going, yes, I ordered it again or
the
whatever.
every review
They kept doing it.
ended with never again yellow cab and then it would say like 4 months later I ordered another yellow cab and it was like, you need to learn. Like, this
Yeah,
is the
that
fifth
was
cab ride you've taken with this same guy. And then one of them, she was like, oh, this time he didn't fool me. And I was like, okay, it's your sixth time calling them, but all right. And she says, oh, and I saw him in the driver's seat and I started running away
the
and he
guy
started
chased her.
chasing me. And I was like, anyway, that was like, I think the last one.
That popped in my head and I couldn't get it out. I was like, oh,
And
Yellow
that's
Cab.
why each city is so funny because like you just don't know what you're gonna find that's like insane.
When would we have read a review of Yellow Cab in Kansas City if we hadn't been
yeah.
living there? It's just so bizarre and
It
random.
really does show us some wild sides of the world.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah.
wish there was like a public Uber and Yelp review site
Oh God.
because those have to be
Can you
really
So
imagine?
good.
because
Yeah,
I
I
don't
feel
know
like
about you, but I've had some rough ride experiences.
yes. And we actually both drove for rideshare services back
Yeah.
in LA, like at separate times. Like I very briefly for me, but
My,
we definitely, I think, and that's part of it too, is I feel like when we do a lot of these reviews, people will feel like um validated because a lot of our listeners work in are like younger or like have worked in customer service or do work in customer service or the restaurant business or the restaurant world or anything like that. And so even though we only did that rideshare thing very briefly, it's like, oh, you do really get like kind of
you meet the people who write the
you meet the
reviews,
both
like the
sides.
kinds of
Yeah,
people that
yeah,
Both, yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and like as a customer, you see the people that deserve one-star reviews. But yeah, because I remember my first day driving Lyft. On my first ride, the person gave me a joint as a tip, and I was like, "Where am I?" Like I was like,
Welcome
I'm
to
like LA,
LA.
okay. And then my last ride, the person was drunk and spilled coffee all over my back seat. Like it was my last ride. Well, I had to make it my last ride. And I was like, okay, so this is what driving Lyft is like,
Yeah.
up and down day. And sure enough, the rest of my time driving Lyft was pretty up
And
and
that's
down.
fun too, because then when you read one-star reviews, you're like, oh, sometimes there's more to the story. Like,
Yes,
sometimes
tell.
there's more to the story that you're not sharing. And I feel, and so of course, as comedians, we try to fill in the blanks. We're like, oh, I bet what happened is this.
Yeah.
And that's why what they're not telling us. But a lot of that is just conjecture. It's just us trying to make the story more interesting.
We hope we don't get any lawsuits
I'm
for
sure we
the things
won't.
that we've accused reviewers of
We
doing.
say allegedly a
Say
lot.
alleged. All you have to do is say allegedly, and
That's
you're
right. It cancels it
yeah.
all out.
Yeah,
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is true. Do you ever merge, and that's why we drink with Beach to Sandy content by discussing one-star reviews of haunted locations or anything in the paranormal space?
You know what, we really have, and it's been some of our most fun
Mhm.
stuff. We did a Halloween. Oh my gosh, we've done a few crossovers over the years now. That was more when we lived in LA because then we were all in the same town, so it was a lot easier to coordinate. Um, and then we've done every Halloween we do lean into the Halloween stuff, but
We did like pet costumes, but which isn't the scariest, I guess. But we do, and we know our listeners, a lot of them do listen to, and that's why we drink or other true crime or
so there
paranormal.
is that
So
crossover.
there's definitely
Yeah.
a big crossover. So we know how much they love them, and we love those episodes
And
too.
by the way, reviews of haunted places is one of the funnier. Like that's another thing I meant to
Mm.
mention. I've kind of moved on past IKEA, and it doesn't sound like it, but I've moved on past IKEA and Costco reviews because recently I've realized if you search like historic haunted buildings in a town, and then go to Yelp and like find the one or find even the positive reviews where people like say they saw a ghost. Those are some of those are just so ridiculously funny, because they're so sincere. Um,
Yeah, she just read one, I think in Austin. Well, there was one she read that was with these two girls, sisters who like saw a ghost and it was them detailing their
and they were on
experience with the
Facebook Live.
elevator. And it's just so fun to like get these, I don't
It's
know, someone's
bizarre.
bizarre ghost experience as a Yelp review of all things. And yeah, and I do like looking at haunted attractions, so anything that's
Yeah,
like the scare, any sort of
jump scare type.
yeah, so like a haunted house event, and people go in, and usually the reviews are either I wasn't touched enough or I was touched too much.
Yeah,
Like people want one way or the other. And yeah, those are always really fun because people get really, really mad
yeah,
at those when they get scared at those places or not scared enough, I guess, too.
yeah, yeah. It's hard to win.
It is.
But yeah, so we definitely do a lot of that kind of ghosty stuff, especially in this time of year.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, well, there's a lot of content too. So you know what you'd probably like, and I went there a week or two ago while you're in the city together, check out Beetlejuice.
Okay.
Oh, that would be
Yeah.
fun.
You ever go? So it's like this bar, and it's completely Halloween themed.
Oh,
Um, it's
that
like a
sounds
bar
cool.
slash restaurant. It's completely Halloween themed. But the people, even the servers, bartenders are all dressed up in like costume, like
Ah,
theme. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
oh, cool. Oh yeah, I'm looking
Like,
it up.
oh, the yeah, Beetle House, is that
Beetle
it?
House, I meant.
Yeah.
Yes, Beetle
I was
House.
like, yes, I
Beetle
don't know
House.
if this is one I've been to. I have been to like I don't know how many Halloween themed bars there are in New York, but I
Probably
feel
a
like I've
lot.
been to one. It was not this one. This one, oh my gosh.
This one looks
Oh,
cool.
it is like, wow. Holy,
Fun.
yes,
That
that's
was a fun time. Yeah, it's
That's
especially since we'll be there in
downtown, and
October.
it has that downtown vibe too.
Fun.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, heck yeah. You need to send me like a whole list of stuff.
I know. Yeah, I know. I have to. So, I got to ask about your aunt, Lisa Lampanelli.
Ah,
So, she has a new podcast on iHeartRadio. She just appeared on The Weakest Link. She had said she was going to retire to me some years back, but now
yes.
it seems like she's back in like the mix.
She
Um,
she said she's going to retire from insult comedy, she told me. She said that's as specific as she's going to from stand up, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
So I
That's
guess she's been kind of doing anything around that, which is exciting.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's such a creative person.
I don't
Like,
think
and
she could stop just doing stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
would either of you ever do a podcast with her?
Has she been on our show before?
She has. I
She's been
think
on
she's
our
been on it, but yeah, maybe.
We've either had her like record something on for the show or she's been on it. I don't remember, but she's been a really, really big supporter and very lovely. Um, and I think it would be very fun because
We have a good rapport
we
with
have a
her.
very good
Yeah.
rapport. I think it would be very out unhinged in a fun way, but we'd have to set some parameters so that we don't just talk for, 3 hours and
It's
like
it's tough with
shouting matches. Yeah,
yeah.
it gets
The banter gets a little out of hand when it's just the two of us who know each other. So adding a third into the mix can
yeah.
get I don't know. We thought about maybe having our little sister as a guest, and I would like to do that, but I fear for the banter. I
Yeah,
fear I don't know how that would
we've
go.
created a delicate balance where like most people are okay with listening to but yeah, adding another person it tends to get chaotic. But Lisa was just visiting and we after she left she went back to Connecticut and we had a watch party of The Weakest Link
Yeah,
and she
Oh, nice.
freaking
it
won.
was crazy.
Yeah.
believe it. I was, and apparently everybody knew
Well,
because
well, no, but
apparently not everybody, but like apparently one or two people like figured it out. Well, actually, you know what happened is my friend who's a psychic was like, I think I know who won, and I think it's Lisa. And I was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, right. And then Lisa won the whole thing and for the gay 50 grand for the gay men's health crisis. And I was just like so proud to know her. So yeah, she's like kind of doing her thing.
yeah.
Yeah. But I would love to have her on. I don't know what we would do, but if you have any ideas, let us know.
Do either of you have any like if fun stories with her growing up?
Mm,
We didn't know her until
what year was it?
she got married. Well, when did you know her? Like
I
when
met Lisa in 2013.
2013.
Yeah, because she's my husband's aunt. And she's always been a riot. I don't know. What is your
Well,
favorite story?
I I go by many names.
Oh
On the
yeah.
podcast, I'm Xandy. To many, I'm Alex or Alexander. But I was Alexander. I'm usually Alexander to my sister. And so when we first met Lisa and she introduced me as Alexander. And Lisa heard Andrew. It took a
It
long
took her
time
for a year.
before. Okay, maybe
No, it
was it
did.
that long? No one corrected her, and by no one I mean me or her.
I was
Uh,
gonna say you didn't
we were
want to
too
correct her.
shy and nervous.
And she was scary. We were like, we don't know you too well yet.
Yeah, that was still also when she was doing her comedy.
Oh yeah.
We were like, this is not something that we have watched. And now that we see it, we're like, oh, we're meeting this lady. Like, this
She
is
was intense.
You thought she was gonna roast you?
Yeah. Well, she kept calling him Andrew, and I was like,
Yeah.
I guess he's Andrew now.
And then it
That was
wasn't
the start of
until
like a roast to come.
Yes,
yes, yes.
it felt like if we even drew attention to it, it would like open the doors for
Yeah.
a roast.
It
Yeah.
wasn't until my brother-in-law heard her call me Andrew, and he looked at her like, "What the hell?
Like who's Andrew?
That's not his name." And she was like, "Wait, what?" And she was so confused. So she likes to tell people
She
that
likes to
because
make fun of us that we didn't like correct her for months or a
yeah,
year about his
That is
name.
funny.
yeah.
So, you know, just the classics, just embarrassing ourselves in front of Lisa, all that good stuff. But she's just so fun. And she was here to help with my daughter's fourth birthday. She's come every year for my daughter's birthday to help like decorate and
Oh, that's
set up and run errands and get the cake. So she's a lot less scary to me now than she
Yeah.
was 10 years ago.
Like she's family now. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
fun. Yeah.
oh, that's fun. This has been a good time.
Yeah, thank
Um,
you for having us.
yeah, of course. I want to come to that show. I'm actually supposed to get surgery that week.
Oh no.
I don't know if you could see this giant lump on my
Yeah,
wrist.
what happened?
Oh no.
It's like a cyst right on.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna be in a cast, but if I'm feeling good, I might come out to the City Winery show. So maybe I could say hi.
Please do. Take like a couple of your painkillers and come on out.
Yeah.
Take some
It's bad
painkillers,
advice. Sorry.
have some wine.
Go to the winery. Yeah. Listen, I won't tell.
That's
Unless the paramedics ask me and I have to tell, then I will make sure everybody's okay. No, no. Yeah,
yeah, we're so
if you
excited.
come,
Yeah.
we'd love to see you, but no pressure at all. It'll be a fun show. I'm really excited for it.
Yay, and take some like considerations. I think you'll have fun with that. The Jersey versus New York type
Oh
of.
yeah.
Oh, I'm envisioning there will be some
I
yelling.
hope so.
Hopefully good-natured
Finger,
yelling.
finger. Oh, it usually is. So
Yeah, yeah,
hopefully.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Good heckling, you know. Yeah.
You could look at the one-star reviews of the Jersey malls.
We
Oh,
love malls.
malls. That's a good one.
Those would be so good.
Malls are crazy because you got like Annie Ann's pretzels, and then you got like expensive jewelry stores, and then you got like
Hot
Claire's and
yeah,
Hot
like,
Topic,
oh,
Build-A-Bear. Oh my God, so much in a mall.
or an abandoned mall.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
always fun.
the abandoned malls are fun
Yeah.
Yeah, especially Jersey ones. I feel like are like top tier abandoned malls in Jersey.
because you
Yeah.
either have the ones like Garden State Plaza and American Dream, like the huge ones that are like bustling, or you have like these little abandoned ones. Like I think I went to one just because I wanted to see the FYE because they still had it.
Oh my
I think it
gosh.
was Livingston Mall. Me
Oh,
and my friend were walking around and we're like, this is like straight out of like
it's
1999.
like dystopian, and then it's like all retro, and you're like, this is creepy. Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
time capsule.
Yeah. So some suggestions there.
Thank you. I will.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
going to
great.
take, and I'm going to look at psychics too, because
Yes.
I
Yeah.
got to tell you, that stuff gets very fun.
I forgot I interviewed James Van Prague and he was legit. I know I said I interviewed four. I interviewed five.
Oh, okay. Oh, James from Prague. Okay, that's good to
Yeah.
know.
From what I remember, James Tyler and April were the legit ones, and then the other two shall not be mentioned right now.
Okay, I will try to do some sleuthing and just figure it out based on I don't know what on your podcast. Are they on your podcast?
Well, yeah.
Okay, I'll find them. I won't say anything to anyone.
Mhm.
I just need to know for my own personal because I would love to meet Tyler Henry. We should do. We're starting. Well, we're looking into getting guests on the show, like actually, like maybe once a month or something like that. Like
That's not a bad idea. Yeah.
yeah, to like read,
Mhm.
kind of like play a little game, or we have like Nurse Blake coming on soon,
Yeah.
Oh my
and some
God,
other like.
he's fun. I just interviewed him.
You did?
Hey.
Okay, so okay, that's awesome. Yeah, that's
He's
we're
doing
kind of
like he's doing that big short tour,
yeah,
like I think January.
it's
So
crazy.
he had like a couple dates in Jersey. So I had interviewed him. He was very fun.
Oh, good. Yeah, he's actually going to be our first ever guest. So we're like a little nervous, but really excited. And
It's good.
so we're starting to like brainstorm. And I feel like somebody like Tyler Henry would be hilarious to
Mhm.
do like one star reviews. Yeah, anyway, so just
Nurse
thinking
Blake,
out
I
loud.
feel like you could ask him anything. He's
Yeah,
like,
okay, great.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We're like planning some little games and stuff
I've
and
been
like
telling all my nurse friends, like,
yeah,
hey, do you know Nurse Blake? And of course they do.
the nurses are excited
Yeah.
for our crossover. Yeah.
I had interviewed two nurses just because they're doing like big these tours, and I'm not. I never worked in healthcare. I mean, I know family members, friends that do, and I didn't realize like they have such a loyal.
Oh, it's crazy. And like even brand loyalty, like with the Owala bottles and the Stanley, like they have like intense brand loyalty and like whole subgroups and stuff that, yeah, especially the nurses. Yeah, it's wild. We're like, we're getting the nurses on board for
Fingers
our
crossed.
podcast. We'll hope
I,
so, yeah.
it was Nurse Blake I interviewed, and I interviewed Nurse John. I don't know if you know him.
And
Oh,
that's
wait, the friend just told me yes, because we were talking about a friend of mine was talking about different nurse content creators.
Yes, and those, yeah, those are two big ones right now. They're both touring.
oh, I've seen
Oh,
yeah, I've seen
cool.
Nurse John on
Yeah, yeah,
TikTok.
yeah. Oh,
I know
that's
it's cool.
that's cool stuff.
It's a weird time that like nurses are touring and like,
It-
it's just wild.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fun. Yeah,
that's cool.
It's a fun like niche, I feel
It
like.
is.
agreed.
It is. Well, thank you so
Yeah,
much. I
thanks. It
have
was
to go
great.
watch my daughter now, but
Yeah,
I get to go watch my daughter now.
I'll see if I'm feeling well, I'll make it
Yeah,
out.
let us
But
know.
See you soon.
Let
yeah,
us know. Maybe I'll have Maggie. I don't
Yeah,
know who's
reach out to Maggie. She has all. She's the
maybe you
one.
can like text us and I'll yeah. Anyway,
I don't. Yeah.
we'll figure it out. But
all
yeah,
right.
we'd love to see you if you're able to come, but no pressure. And good luck with your
Yeah.
surgery.
Yeah, thank you. Fingers
Yeah.
crossed.
Best wishes. It'll be great. It'll be great. Look at those nurses. They've got you
So
covered.
true.
The nurses have got you covered.
So this will be fun. Thank you again. Smile real quick
Oh yeah.
for a photo. Perfect. Thank you.
Yay!
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. It was so good to see you, Will.
You too.
Yeah, hopefully see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.